There we go. Now, now we, now we wait. Let's go to the Discord. Got to ping that. I don't have a waiting screen. I did have a waiting screen, but the music got the 100-year-old music got absolutely annihilated, which was upsetting to say the least. Hold on, let me log in and find the link for this stream, and then let's oh my gosh, that someone did a Bending the Ink Machine stickbot animation. That is actually the sickest thing ever. I haven't heard of stickbot in absolutely forever. That's the ads are getting louder. They're starting with some loud stuff. Oh, there's people already here. Hold on, comrades. Wait a minute. I gotta copy and paste something real quick. Boom. Okay, now let me move my butt over to the chat. Let's see what ah, who am I greeted with? None other than you two. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna wait till we get some more people in, but then I wanna show something. I received a message. I am James. I'm sure you are. And I believe it. I've been around long enough to believe it, to say the least. But I received a message. I received a message from someone. It's like, you know how Hollywood celebrities get death threats. Some of them rightly so. Just kidding, of course. But sometimes it's just like, what in the world is like, what? Why? I didn't get a death threat, but what I got was basically akin to that, because there's a certain date that I am dreading. There's a certain get even closer, mind you. Get even closer. There's a certain date that's getting closer every second, every moment, with how time works in our world. Okay? The date is the 14th of this month, the 14th of July. I had to actually verify that. And I had a message about the 14th of July. Now, I'm going to wait here longer before I showcase what I was shown, what I was messaged. I'm going to just put it out here. It's going to be out public. And this is just, it's all I can do. I can't do anything else, but it was so terrifying. So not even, it was someone saying prepare for the 14th. And they said, here's a teaser of what's going to happen on the 14th, okay? And so I assumed, oh, it's going to be that meme. It was not that meme. It was not. It was something else. Something else entirely. Sign out of that real quick. Now let me showcase to you real quick what is going on here. What I happened to stumble upon. What I was messaged. I'm going to try to... No, it wasn't Mossy. It wasn't either of you guys. That's why I was surprised. I'm going to leave them anonymous, okay? As anonymous as I can. Which I'll are you ready to... Okay, here, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what I was shown. This kind of messed me up even more than the memes. Even more than the memes, okay? The memes, I go, oh, get rid of them. Oh, it's me as a femboy. Ah, yucky, right? But this I looked at, and for a second, I just went, whoa. I went, oh, whoa. That's what I went. My heart, my stomach dropped. Are you ready? Enough of me hyping the whole thing up. Here's what I was messaged, and the caption was this, okay? Here's word for word, bar for bar. Here's what was said. Let me move you out of my way there. It was, This was sent to me with the caption, a mere preview of what is coming on the 14th. And it was this. What on God's green earth is this? What is what is happening? What is this? So that's what I was greeted with at 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, that's what I was greeted with. I think I know who did this. Probably. Possibly. Sherlock Uma. I don't think that's me as an Uma. Wait. Hold on. There's no way. It. Oh, shit. 420th Manhattan Man? I did not even realize that. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me pull up Google. This. My heart skipped a beat. Hold on. Oh, please tell me it's not true. It's true. Oh, it's so true. Oh, I'm so disgruntled. Oh, guys, this is bad. Oh, I'm even more. I thought that was just a poorly drawn whatever. Oh, I don't like. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Look. I didn't even notice the entire bottom part here. Didn't notice that. Didn't know what the thumb thing was. And then 420th Manhattan Man came in and he said Sherlock Uma, and I'm like, what do you? And I said, oh my God, there's only one person I know who does that pose. It's Goldship. They put my Roto's. Oh God. Oh man. I'm sad now. That's so that I almost wish you hadn't pointed that out to me, 420th Manhattan Man. That is so. Check stream chat. The shotgun team allegations. The shotgun team allegations, the files, femboy, French, gooner, furry. Like I'm collecting. I. What do you mean? I don't get it. Oh, is it just like the controversies I'm in? All of that? Is this the allegations? Oh, are the yeah? Well, that's the the shotgun team allegations. But is this just what's this supposed to be? Combine? Okay, so it's just combine. Yeah, combine them all. You get all of them. Okay, it's just everything. Fair. Well, zoomed in. When did I get so buff? My shoulder don't look like that. Look at that. Look at that twig. Foreshadowing. Oh gosh, I don't like that either. That spooks me too. Look at the plans. The plans? Is that just a foreshadowing? This is gonna Shadow Wizard Money Game. We love casting memes. Yeah, it's guys, it's gonna be. We're 7 days away from it. A week. A week I get to live my life as if nothing happened. And here's the thing, I was gonna make it like the 13th, and then I was just making sorry. I was gonna make it the 13th for some reason. Oh, that was also stream day. Doesn't matter. What is the 14th? The 14th is Nelson Mandela Day. Like from the Mandela catalogs? Isn't that a creepypasta? I don't know. Oh gosh. Well, you know, without further ado, I'm gonna get right into painting, and I'm gonna try to put past and forget about the man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. That's the thing. Man-made. My fellow man has created this stuff. The Mandela effect. Oh, isn't that when it's like you talk about a Honda Civic, and now you can't stop seeing them everywhere? And so that started because one guy, like, said something and then something happened. And then everyone was like, you made that effect happen. That's just my, that's what I thought it was. Okay. Anywho, any tips on painting black highlights? I haven't painted any black armor yet. I'm afraid to do so. But I would think, no, that's Petersburg effect. Ah, frick. I just know Newton's law, and he ruined school for me. That's all I'm aware of. As far as highlighting black, probably just grays. I would use maybe some dark grays finished with a like the exact, because I feel like black, even though it's black, like this desk black, but when you come to here where it starts to, where the light starts to reflect off of it, it looks gray. It also, to me, it looks a little a hint, just a hint blue, like stuff along here. As far as that goes, you get more here and you're more into a neutral gray, but out here I feel like it could be a little blue. And for some reason, Vallejo dark gray, that looks a little blue. It has like a tint of blue, which makes it a very nice highlighting color. Oh, actually, I do highlight things. I do highlight black things. I highlight my guns for tanks. And for that, I'll simply dry brush dark gray, and then I dry brush some neutral gray right here, and then I call it a day. And that rhymes, which is neat. So that's essentially what I do there. To speed run it right quick. Now speaking of speed running, still got the metal on the guns to paint today. That will be today's goal. Ultimately, the goal is going to be to actually finish these guys, which I think will be possible if we lock in. So, you know, until then, let's see. Okay, I picked the right guy because I know there was a guy I wasn't quite done yet. This guy was the guy, and I happened to pick him out of nowhere, so that's incredibly fortunate. And now I have to, oh my gosh, I have got to turn up my sensitivity, or turn down the sensitivity on my mouses, because I've been gaming, and I'm playing on too high sensitivity. I played on low sensitivity my whole life, and then I got, when I started playing Battlefield 6 and got a new mouse specifically for the game, and started turning it up, the sensitivity up. Now, that's cool for quick movements and very little wrist movement, but I have tons of room on my desk. Am I making any money on these streams? Sometimes. Every now and then. Not so much from, I mean, there's just not enough viewers quite yet to get, like, paid as far as monetization goes. So far, right now, it's just super chats and stuff like that. But it's just a matter of staying consistently streaming, and as I begin to do more stuff, as I begin to start more endeavors, hopefully that will increase the viewership over time, and then I'll start to make some stuff. But for now, it's for the love of the game. The goal is to have it not just be for the love of the game, but to make that the way of life, wherever I end up, in some Midwest studio apartment. Worth it. If I get to stream, you know? So there's the answer there. Now that, we got the guy praying to his gun. How fun. Need a little more paint. That all dried out on the wet palette. Could probably rehydrate. I don't need to rehydrate it. It's fine. It's A-okay. Now, let's see. I am thinking there's not too much. If I can start to lock in on some of these, move that out just to, well, maybe not move that there. That's in the camera. I was thinking, though, the pile of shame is doing a lot better since I've started these streams, which means soon I'm going to be able to buy new stuff. And I say soon, don't know how soon that will be, hopefully in a timely fashion. But I think then I'll start painting, I can actually start painting new stuff. The new reveals, the new releases and stuff like that, and that'll be good. But it's very important that I paint what I got now. Got to finish the pile of shame. Just remove that entirely, and we're good. Before I get too far ahead of myself, because I know I've harped on it long enough, but I am so excited about the half tracks for the Astra Militarum. That is a dream come true. Haven't bought one yet. Because of my deal I made with myself, I said no more Warhammer until the entire pile of shame is completed. And we're just keeping up a good pace of cleaning it. And if we keep this up, it will be fine. It will be A-okay. And we'll be able to get those half tracks in no time. All right. There's a gun. That is fun. And now this is officially done. That's incredible. Now, I think some people are aware of who, or have a suspicion as to who might have sent that crazy rotoscoped image of me via Discord. Anyone have any guesses? Any guesses in the chat? Because and funny enough, I didn't think it was took me forever to. I saw a notification like, oh, I got a message. I thought it was from the Discord. It was not. It was a private message. But that was it took me a second to find it. And it was a little spooky, if I'm being dead honest with you. As I hope it would be spooky to anyone to find out something such as that. And then poor me. Woe is me. But we have 420th Manhattan Man who actually notices. Who notices what it is. I didn't even notice it. Me, the guy who keeps yapping about the game. I have to look into the last stream, but someone mentioned it. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, that is the same guy. It's that guy for sure. It was, and you know, I'm gonna be honest, I laughed off his words. I laughed it off. I'm like, oh, that's funny. You're using some big words there. That's funny stuff. Ha ha. LOL. Boy, was I just absolutely torn to shreds by the whole thing. Whoa! 420th Manhattan Man. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. Holy crap. Oh, wow. Whoa. That is incredible, dude. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So I am making money from these streams, as a matter of fact. Now. Wow, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. That's awesome. That means the world to me, dude. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm really stoked. I'm not used to that yet. I'm stunned every time. That's sweet. That's sweet to say the least, dude. I appreciate you very much. You're awesome, dude. You're 420th Manhattan Man he's a member as well. He signed up for the membership. He was one of the first members. I think he might have been the first member. And he's donated in the streams. Like, my God. And now you depart. What a Chad. Look, you are so freaking dope. That is so nice of you. Look at this dude. He donates and then he says, all right, I'm out. You humble son of a gun. That is, thank you so much. You have a good rest of your day, all right? Thank you for being part of this community, 420th Manhattan Man. You're the man. You are, in fact, the man. That's awesome. How much money do I have saved up for Warhammer? None. I have no money saved, because if, you know, one would assume, one would think almost, we need the Deep Rock Galactic We're Rich sound. I gotta start, that's on my list of things to do, is to get a soundboard at some point, so we can do some sounds and have some more fun, especially when we start doing, more chatting streams. Well, actually, that's kind of what we do anyways, is we chat, so that might not be a bad idea. But as far as saving for money, you would think that not spending money on Warhammer means that, you know, you save up the money for Warhammer. No. That is not the case, as I have come to find out. It just means you spend the money in other places. For instance, a microphone or a camera. Both of these out something the microphone has to hook into something. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess it is. But all of that expensive stuff. Equipment like that is expensive. But thankfully I hadn't purchased any Warhammer, so I was able to purchase it, which hopefully gives, at least right now, a good enough quality stream for you all. There might be some improvements in the future, but I think we're doing pretty good now. I think the audio's fine. Camera, pretty good. I might have to get a new cord for it at some point. Because if I shake my hand around, not a perfectly smooth 60 frames a second, which I hear is because I need a different cord to get a smooth transition of video from PC, or from the camera to the PC. So, you know, I've invested in this in the meantime. I don't know if anyone remembers the first stream, if anyone was there for the first YouTube stream, but it was me wearing these headphones. These are gamer headphones. They are falling apart. This is supposed to be rubber coated. All of it's fallen apart. And I was using this microphone to talk. Not the best. I think that stream is still up. Not the cream of the crop. Not even the crop. It was a stone road. Nothing's growing on that. But, you know. Everywhere you go, there you are on the entire front, eh? Let's see. Also, I will say, was looking at some Japanese. Leave that out there. Don't hit the mic. But they were translating. It was like they were trying to translate All Quiet on the Western Front. But it was just what was it? It was so, because, you know, they're trying to translate Japanese, and whoever the translator is doesn't know about All Quiet on the Western Front, so it was like all quiet on the longing front. Bro. And unless you know what they're trying to say, you would just think, oh, that's interesting. But no, someone just used Google Translate at the studio, and boom. There you go there. I've had that happen before, though, in real life. Actual experience. This was an actual story. I work a gun range, okay? I work the trap field, the shotgun shield. I think this is something that happens overseas, more so than other firearms. It's where you shoot the orange clay discs that go flying out, okay? So I was working that. People come from, it was China or Japan. I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend to know. I feel like if I pretend to know, that makes me more racist than me not knowing, right? But people trying us still on the West Front. Exactly right. Now these folks did not speak English. They came to a gun range to shoot guns, but they didn't really know English. Aside from okay and thank you, and thank you. That's what they knew. So, okay, first off. Second off, Google Translate is awesome, because this Chinese or Japanese person was able to pull out their phone and they start typing. And I can see it's the Google Translate app, because believe it or not, I've encountered this a couple times before. And they show me the text. It's translated. And I think it was like a husband and wife, or a brother and sister. I don't know. The girl types in her phone something, shows it to me, and she's referencing her husband, her brother. I don't know. It read, here's what it read. He wants to fight the orange butterfly. Huh? He wants to fight the orange butterfly. Now, I work fairly regularly at the trap range. Okay. I was stumped for the better part of 15 seconds. Didn't know anything. And then it clicked. And then it clicked. He wants to shoot the clay targets. He wants to shoot a round of trap. And that's probably word for word what she typed in her phone, but Google translates just like, he wants to fight the orange butterfly, which kind of sounds badass, which is kind of a badass line, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, am I wrong? I think that was a incredible... I think that was a cool bad translation. Because, I mean, what? How would you know any... And unless I worked the trap field, I would have had no idea what they were talking about. Fortunately, the clays we use are orange. There are different colors that some different clubs use. Fortunately, what we use are orange. And fortunately, I am able to understand that a butterfly flies and that they're orange, like maybe a monarch butterfly. And those fly. Pretty cool, right? So there's your... So there was an interesting bit of lore there at the gun range one fateful day. Yeah, there's interesting stuff will happen there. I've heard stories. I've been a part of a couple stories. It's some interesting stuff, but you know, if you sit at the table long enough, and generally it's literally alone, secluded up on a mountain, a lot of times not very busy at all. But you know what they say, if you sit at the table long enough and then you'll get a royal flush or whatever the poker term is, right? You know, you sit up at the gun range long enough, something is bound to happen. As with anything, you know, anything can happen. It's still interesting either way. Now we have some weapons here that I need to dry brush silver. And oh dear, hold on, let me, for some reason, nope, okay, I'm still good. I'm still streaming, right? Okay, I think so. For a second, something flashed. I think we're good. Let's get a rough brush. Something for some quick dry brushing here. And now, let me just quickly review. Oh, that someone got some stuff. Neat. Now, let's dry brush these. And just a light something. Yeah, the stories at the fire brigade are also gas. Jeez, I can only imagine. One of the regulars at the gun range was a fire chief. I've heard a handful of stories. Sherlock TF2 stream when? I don't know. I don't know if I'll do a TF2 stream. Maybe someday there's the answer, but I don't know if it would be that. It might be like Battlefield 1 or some random just another random game. I'd have to try to find some good games to play on stream. Maybe some story games so we can actually, you know, all see what's going on a story front. Who knows? I don't know. It's all but hopefully we will know Saturday. I want to start streaming Saturday. I think that will be good. We can do a gaming stream Saturday. I completely forgot to dry brush the melt-a-gun. R.I.P. But there it is. Close enough is good enough. And there he is. See, all nice and shiny. Shiny. Very nice, very pog. As the British Minecraft YouTubers say. Could be Minecraft. Do we play Minecraft? I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm excited either way. Because we're gonna have some fun. Now, just so everyone remember to hydrate. I'm gonna be honest, was doing a little yard work earlier. Went right from yard work to ranch work. I'm a little parched. Give me a break. I've spilt water all over the place because I overfilled this and I haven't done nothing yet. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, oh, and I still haven't. That's a lot of water. You can barely see. That is a. There's a lot of water happening there. But you know what happens with Minecraft YouTubers after they get big? I think I'm niche enough, and I think I will stay niche enough. And it's, you can host Minecraft servers through Discord. Could be an idea. Fair enough. Fair enough. I might do that. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. It's all there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that could be done. I just gotta do it. And I'm the only operator here for now. For now at least. I got water on the mouse. This, you really want a gun mod if we do. I mean, that's fair. The gun mods are fun. Now let's see. As far as the guns are done aside from some dry brushing of white. A little contrast paint, a little speed paint, Army Painter speed paint to get to bring this guy all up to snuff. Now is that paint completely? Now some of the white paint might be completely dehydrated. Oh my gosh, it is. Yeah, but that's, you know, that's what happens sometimes, you know? Wow, that is really, yeah, that's really dead. I'm gonna have to pull out some actual white paint, fresh white paint, and just do that. We barely need any because it's one gun. This will be an interesting, also, similar gun that the British Bulldogs have, which are the infantry that I'm going to be trying to get records on and speed painting, which will be interesting because I'll have to paint these glow effects like this really quickly on infantry and dry brush white. It's a whole new color. Also, yeah, I have another thought about the batch painting competition. Because one thing I did, and it's been years since I've painted hundreds of infantry, so I just remember this recently. I kept the heads separate because I would prime the heads white and then just use a contrast paint to get the skin tones. Now, my question is, in the if you've seen this, if there's a Minecraft would team up. Okay, we already got Team Rocket for the Minecraft server, and the Minecraft server is a what if. That's kind of awesome. But my question would be, because we kind of all decided, like, okay, the figures have to be primed, and that's when we'll start the timer. Right after they're primed, they're all sitting there, and then we take a brush up. Do they have to be fully assembled? That's the only sub-assembly, if you would, I do. Is it, would it be too much of a stretch to keep the heads separate? Because then you got to glue the heads on afterwards. So now that I'm even thinking about it, do I even worry about look how expensive online is then. Yeah, fair enough. But then I would have to think, I would have to contemplate how worth it would be to do that separately, because we got to glue them on afterwards, and gluing can be tedious. I might have answered my own question. I think I'm going to build them all together and fully assemble them, and then approach the heads some which way. That was, that's interesting. We're figuring it out slowly but surely. I'm going to take a little contrast paint there. Ignore the corner. I'm saying have timers at each stage. Start one when you're building, after priming, and so on. I get that. I want an actual, like, that's, and you could do that if, like, say you just want a time to see how fast you are doing the overall thing. I think I'll do that. I think I will do that to see how fast each step goes. But as far as an actual competition, the competition part, where it's like, this is the sprint. Okay, this is the sprint. This is what we're going to be doing. I would want it to be probably that painting stage. Don't think it's a bad idea to try timing everything else. I think that's good. But I think as far as the competition goes, it would just be from primed to final coat of paint. Also, very quick glow effect just by dry brushing some white and then just kind of dry brushing, putting on a little Caribbean Ocean blue speed paint. So that's kind of fun in it. But I see what you're saying, Mossy. Because then you could, you don't have to wait for stuff to dry. It's just, you prime it. Once you're done priming, you pause a timer. You're building. When you're done building and waiting for the glue on the bases to dry, you hit the timer. I get it. That's fair. I'm just talking about doing one sitting. Like, because I plan to stream when I go to break these records, when I establish records. And so it needs to be like one full set sort of thing. You know what I mean? Now that's all the guns done. So that's good. Next up would probably we need to wash the arms with some cheapy down for a server if I made it. Maybe so. I don't know. That'd be something to ask him. I think so. I think he plays Minecraft. Whoa, watch that. Hold on, let me find... I'm not going to worry so much. I'm just going to go ahead and use this right quick. Unless... Hold on. Gotta wash the arms, and I traditionally use something. He said he's down. Fair enough. Where is my... Oh, I threw that bottle away. No, I didn't. Fair enough. All good. That is empty. I still have an empty bottle of enamel wash. That's how much... That is a nostalgic smell. Haven't smelt black enamel wash in forever. Since I batch painted like 40 infantry in one day. That was a challenge. I was up for almost 24 hours when I did that. That was before YouTube, so I couldn't even monetize it, which is stupid. Now let's see how the panel liner works on all this stuff. Ooh, it's nice. Hold on, let me... Oh, I'm zoomed into the max just right there. Fair enough. But you can kind of see what we're working with. And it's good. Looking neat. Enamel. I say enamel because I watch a lot of... well, I had never heard of enamel. Not even enamel teeth. And I keep saying it. But... First time I ever heard it was Night Shift, who makes scale model tanks. And he's like... I don't know what accent he has. I don't know where he's from. But he pronounced it enamel. And that's the first time I heard it, so now I just pronounce it... That's just how I'd been pronouncing it for years. So that's the story there. But I believe it's enamel, right? It's enamel. I just say that and I just sound so yank. It's kind of funny. Please speak King's English. JK never change, King. The only king I do is the King James Version of the Bible. Did I say virgin? Did I stutter and slur the word? Perhaps. But we're dealing with enamel products. So stuff like this will happen. Let's see. And this is going, you know, this is a fine enough application to just be able to apply a wash quickly and then call it good. Don't have to fret any more than is necessary. And that's good. Then while this dries, we can begin the next spooky part of this entire operation. Which, you know, believe it or not, the arms, which was a little tedious because they're actually assembled, not the pain in the butt. The pain in the butt is coming up very shortly. Very shortly. We'll be able to all see it. And we'll be able to all just be extremely spooked together. Fair? Oh, hold on, wait. Uh, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reading the Discord. There's stuff to be caught up in the freaking Discord. I'm poor Cheapy's coming in not knowing what's going on. To be fair, I don't know what's going on either. How French are your army men? Not. I don't think I have any French. The only French I have are corpses. They're like dead World War One corpse French. I got dissed. How did I get dissed? Hold on. Who's slandering my good name? Because we had a meme. Oh yeah, we had the meme about the had a meme about all this. The shotgun team allegations, the files, femboy, French, furry, gooner, all that stuff. All the allegations, all false. Don't even know where the French came in. And I mean the files, that is true. I don't leak the files. Hate, still confused, loathe entirely. That's a Dr. Seuss's The Grinch reference. But so in reference to that, we got Cheapy, and he says he's confused on the matter. He's confused. The gay allegations. Oh, I like. That's funny how you say you asked him, and then it's the gay allegation. Oh, right, when Cheapy, right, when we had people in the shotgun team gossiping and saying we were gay. Yeah, don't remember if, except here's the thing. I'm not gonna back down on that. I'm not going to clear that up. And then Sherlock isn't gay. He's married to. Okay, well now we got cheap. I'm being dissed from both sides. I'm caught in the crossfire of an artillery barrage of these two knuckleheads over here. I got one guy calling me gay, one guy saying I'm not gay, but I'm married to a fictional character. There's no winning situation here. That's fine. It's very early. He's bi. That was Mossy, by the way. By himself. GG no re. I'll do the laughing emoji on that one. There's the Discord servers hopping with man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. Fair enough. there's that whole thing, golly. Well, an ad, that means I get paid in microns of a cent. So, you know, it's a noble cause. It's a noble cause. Me, that is me. No, actually, you know what is me? It would be wait, which, you know what it was? I don't know if you've seen. I forget the movie name. It was like based off of some like spy franchise. The Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare, something like that. It was some movie that like took place in World War One, and there's like the main character. He's the crazy doctor guy from the 28 Years Later. He's that guy. He's that witch doctor or whoever the heck. But in that movie, do you ever feel schizophrenic on stream? Yeah, a couple times. Not so much on stream. Mostly if I'm recording Kingsman. I think it is Kingsman. I think that's exactly what it is, actually. It was like the origins. So it was like Henry Cavill, not that guy. Unless he played the dude's son. Yeah, I think it was like Kingsman because it took place. I guess it was like a series or an actual set of movies. But that was like a how it started, and it was like in took place in World War One. But essentially, back to this is how I feel right now. The dude's son enlists in the army against his will, against the father's will, right? Who wouldn't? This is Kingsman. Okay, it is Kingsman. Then yeah, that's exactly what it is. I've only saw that World War One movie. Believe it or not, how funny. The World War One guy watches the World War One movie. Wow. But son goes in there, and then the son goes on like a raid across no man's land, and then as he's going to the founding of Kingsman, then Kingsman. Okay, so there's a whole movie thing. Fair enough, I figured. But they're going on like a night raid, and then they come in contact with with a German raid party, and then they start fighting, and then someone shoots a gun, and this is the middle of the night, and so when someone shoots the guns, they send up flares, and they send artillery. And so then it's just a free-for-all, everyone run for your life. It's just artillery from both sides. That's what I feel. That's me. Sad you enjoyed them. Fair enough. Fair enough. What I saw was fun. The Kingsman origin, whatever that was. I enjoyed it. That was fun. I got to scream out the names of rifles as they appeared on screen. Not fun to watch Peaky Blinders with me. Not even joking. First season takes place 1919. So guess who literally yelled the name of every single firearm, every single one throughout season 1 of Peaky Blinders? It was me. It was me, because that's what Battlefield 1 will teach you. Battlefield 1 and rabbit holes, going down the forgotten weapons trail, you know what I mean? I don't know if it is Kingsman now, though. I'm hearing that. Let me see. Let me look it up. Let's go on an adventure. Let's take a look. Keyboard died. Kingsman, World War One. The Kingsman. What's it? Okay, yeah. So this is the one I saw. It's the Kingsman. Okay, this was 2021. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Interesting. Sign back in, pal. Sign back in. And you don't know the Luger? I know the Luger. Why? Did I not know the Luger once? That would have been crazy if I didn't. No, hold on. Let me pull this back up. Let me showcase it. There it is. Yeah, so there it is. That's when they had, it's like the guy who said something I don't remember. But yeah, this is the movie I was thinking of, The Kingsman. I'm trying to melee battle. No, so this is the scene. This is the scene right there. Also, a World War I action flick or action movie based on that. That was fun. That I enjoyed. A lot of the World War I stuff is the gritty realism, which is what I live for. But this was pretty interesting because I had never seen like an action movie. I've never seen like an action movie in World War I. It was pretty neat. Pretty neat to say the least. Love the costume design. Look at that. I mean, they cooked with that. That's freaking out of a horror film. I mean, that's perfect, bro. Absolute gold, if I do say so myself. It's that I don't think that's the same thing. Have I always been this way? World War I, boy. I don't know. Dead honest, I don't know. I don't know when it happened. Also, the guy they chose to play Rasputin was scarily close to Rasputin, by the way. And I should watch Das Boot. Das Boot. There's a director's cut during World War II. German U-boat, perilous Atlantic patrol, enemy attacks, isolation, and crushing. Oh, it's World War II. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, I like my share of World War II, but I'm a World War I boy at heart. That's just me. That's just me. Although I do love World War II movies as well. I just don't learn too much about that. But actually, I think I don't know exactly when I've been to World War I. I know for sure since I was 16. 16 is when I really started to like research it and get into it more. But I grew up with compelled to learn all you can. Did you just wake up as Sherlock Spiner? I guess something like that. I'm guessing, but it was a slow accumulation. I grew up with Peanuts. Anyone know Peanuts? Let me go back to the monitor, and everyone knows Peanuts. Once you see Snoopy, that's this guy. This is the World War I flying ace. So that's what I grew up with. I grew up with big on Peanuts. Big on Peanuts. And so I think somehow subconsciously Snoopy being a World War I flying ace got me into World War I, because if I became the dogfight, exactly. Peanut at the same time. I don't know. How about World War III? Very into World War III, except not so much the, I'm more into the late stages of World War III. All-out war. What's it called? Total War. I got propaganda. I guess so. I guess so. Snoopy here got me into it. This guy freaking flying around and stuff. Kind of kind of inspired the army. Ultimately, World War I is what inspired the army. I think it stems from Snoopy. Oh, you know what it was? Hold on. Peanuts movie. That's 2015. Oh my god. Okay, 11-year-old movie. This movie right here, gold of a movie. But they did a great job at Snoopy's World War I dogfights. I think that hold on. Snoopy's dogfight scene. Wow, thanks AI. Maybe the clip. Oh. But they did let's see, hold on. Sorry, no, it's like you got great animation. Let me just turn this down. That's the other thing. So you had stuff like this, okay? Incredible stuff. Also the stalling and the music. The music they did was great. This was a great movie. I'll stop it here. I don't just want to watch it, but great movie. Pull up the Discord. Yeah, sure. Let me pull up the Discord. Let me go to my webcam first because I'm not stupid. Now let's see. But yeah, I think it was that movie is really what got me into it. Let's see. I wish I could join stream. Unfortunately, I have to cook dinner. Born to dilly dally, forced to lock in. I salute you. Maybe may not like. And where is this meme? Where is it? Is it a private message? Like what do you want? Kindly pull up the Discord so I can send a meme as you have it to pull a little old trick on you. Oh, well then no. Unfortunately, not happening. R.I.P. you. R.I.P. you. R.I.P. Y-O-U. I have it up in the background, so if you show it, I'll see it. I ain't putting it up on stream. Never again. I've learned. Still have some guys to wash. We have to wash them. Real quick. I still gotta wash these fellers, you know what I mean? That just good sportsmanship. I know you're on a phone, dude, but I can't read phone. My bad. And I'll take the hit on that. I'll take full responsibility for those actions. I really will. I truly will. Now, that is almost done. Maybe we could make it completely done. That is not good sportsmanship. You know what it is, though? It's just common sense is what it is as well, though. That's the other thing you gotta think of. Good sportsmanship and common sense, two different things. You don't know what happened there? Fair enough. I don't blame you too much. Now, let's see. Okay, I got just a couple more guys to wash and then finally done with all this. And we're doing it before now. We might be able to finish these freaking guys before, that horror. Come on, be cool. Okay. There's the Discord. We got Stretch It doing his famous thing there. Anything interesting there? I guess not. Finally here. Welcome, Feather and Feywild. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right now we're just washing some arms. We're almost done washing the arms, and then I can start working on the real tedious part of the entire thing. The arms, bit of a challenge, bit of a slog. Got an ad? Of course. Fair enough. It's all goes to the cause, so I appreciate you taking the hit. Now, Mossy, why could you also send a list of phobias and weakness? I actually don't have any phobias. Uh, I did, but now I don't. So that was and as far as the phobia that I did have, it was living a normal life was my phobia. Dead honest. That was my phobia. I grew out of that quickly because I realized I'm okay, well, that was below the belt, Mr. Feywild. Golly. That was uncalled for. Uncalled for. French phobia, grr. And that's the thing, a phobia is something you're afraid of. And the frickin' the Republicans in America will be the first to say that. They'll be like, phobia means you're afraid of something. So when you say I'm homophobic, it's not that I dog someone. No, no, no. You're saying I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of them. They're just stupid. Ah! I love their rationale behind that. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Okay? It's incredible. I know I got political. Okay? I will dog every party. That's the joy of me. I wanted to get, but that's my lick there bad. That's my lick there. I got my lick in there, right? Turning French is really bad. I mean, yeah, but that's not a. I don't think that warrants a phobia. Does it? A phobia is a fear. What do I fear? Not too much. I don't fear too much. Maybe I fear the allegations going public. No, not even that. Not even that. I don't know what. I don't know what. So unfortunately, as far as weaknesses, hold on, because you said weaknesses, right? Everything, pretty much. Pretty much everything is the weakness. It's not a phobia. You are not scared. You are an asshole. Morgan Freeman parody. I hate the word homophobia. It's not a phobia. You are not scared. You are an asshole. There you go. There you go. And everywhere you go, there you are. That's just essentially, right? Now, let's see. That looks decent. Down yonder. Imagine the chat turns French. It wouldn't scare me. It depends. It depends. Weaknesses. Food. I eat. That's a weakness. If I don't have food, then I'm weak. So does that count? Starvation? Is that fair? More than fair? I don't know. Oh, guys, now this is the fun part. This is the fun part here. You see all of this? 45. Someone put like what do you mean? Like 45, like if someone's pointing to 45 at me, not afraid. I go, okay, so be it. So be it is what I'd say there. I would say, that's on you. I have no fears. And I don't say that in a I'm badass way. I say that in a I'm a boring as hell way. Let's see. I guess maybe it would be nah, not even that, dude. I was gonna say like fear of the workshop burning down. Fear of like that thing burning. Not really though. Whatever happens, happens. I hope it doesn't. He's unfortunately prone to blunt force trauma. Yep. That is me. Now let's see. I have bags to paint. This will be an interesting situation. I don't think 9mm would hurt a man of your caliber, but 45 would be detrimental to your health. I'm not made of muscle. So a 9 would probably do a decent amount of damage. Not as much as a 45. Okay? I don't subscribe to the 9mm train. I mean, the only revolver I have is 9mm, and I carry revolvers. So it would be 9mm. But if I had my pick, it wouldn't even be 45, probably. You know what it would be? It would be 10mm. Okay? Here's the rankings. Exactly. How about a mortar in round? Probably. 9mm. Okay? As far as a tier list goes, 9mm, 45 ACP, a lot bigger. It's a fatter round and will do more damage to you. Okay? As far as just how big the round is. 9mm, a lot of people, you'll need a hollow point. You probably don't need that with a 45 ACP. Gotta be honest. Then you got 10mm, okay? 10mm is about the size of a 9mm with more powder and more power than either of these combined. And so if you know anything about force, you see someone shoot a 9mm at a gallon of milk, kind of explodes a little bit. If you were to shoot a 10mm, the thing would effing explode, to say the least. Buckshot? Maybe. So a 10mm will just have so much power that when it goes through you, the force of it will rip things to shreds. People carry a 10mm on them to protect against bears. Sherlock isn't a buck, he would be fine. Real theorizers in the chat today. I'm blown away. That's incredible. I'm putting off painting these, but no, I gotta paint it. Gotta paint 10 backpacks. Gotta paint 10 of these small things, very small, for the, it's gonna be for their, yeah, I also carry a 10mm. The wrench, isn't it? Are you talking about a wrench? Because I think you're German. I don't think they make 10mm Lugers. I don't know, I haven't looked into it. But 10 sheath shovels here, 10 freaking packs. That's gonna be something. Sherlock, you survived so long. You survive so long as you don't fail the QTE. Don't know what the QTE is. My bad. I'll take the fault on that one. Color me stupid. That's fine. Let's see. Well, I have actually already painted years ago, by the way. This is for the commander. So let me fix up the commander real quick. We'll just have to paint some silver for the shovel. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna need a small brush for this one. So let me get out a fine bristled brush. Real quick there. And I gotta reactivate some of the paint. Hold on. I gotta dab it in water. And do a little reactivation. There we go. Now the paint is back in action. Back in action. Quick time event. You survive so long you won't fail the quick time event. Fair enough. That's the wrong shovel. There's the right shovel. Cool. I hope that's good. Now, this shovel's just bare, so we just go absolutely ham all over the place with some silver right quick there. Very nice, very nice. Very interesting. And then I do silver as well for the handles and for the bottom of the scabbard here. Think that's fair. I know it's hard to focus, but you can kind of see it there. They're pretty bright. Pretty bright, hard to miss. Let's see. Yep, won't be using silver again, so I'm going to wipe the brush, wipe that clean off the brush right quick. All right. There's all that. Now, gotta paint the handle. Okay, I'll paint the handle real quick. And the handle just gets painted with some, where is it? Pale brown. German pale brown is how I like to paint my handles. Personally. Just what I do. Now, let me find the thing again. This is going to be a tedious it's going to be a tedious bit. Okay? But, I mean, it'll be worth it because the detail will stand out and it'll look awesome, yada, yada, yada. I gotta tell myself this just because it can be annoying sometimes, you know? But, we put in the time, then we don't have to worry about it ever again. And then everything's up to snuff and the standard of the army has been maintained. You know? Because that's the standards we have here. Now I'm going to take some super glue and start gluing some stuff to the commander. And the commander, where is he? He is right here. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I don't need to see the, okay, it says the stream quality is poor. Hopefully everything's still fine for you guys. Don't know what it's talking about there, though. It's spooking me, for sure. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the whole place isn't overheating. It is rather hot here today at the workshop. Need to wake up early today for a date, so unfortunately I need to leave early. So gut Nacht und schlaf gut. I hope that means all good things in German. So I'll say, you too, sir. Thank you for tuning in, though, Sinisti. I appreciate it very much. And you have a good date. Look at you go. I can't make fun of you anymore because you're excelling where I cannot. There you go. You're getting a day, my man. Good job. I know. Mossy, I'm shocked. I don't know what to do anymore. Mossy, we got to band together. We got to stick together against it. Now, this guy's our enemy now, right? That's how that works. Now that's all glued there. Looky there. Looky there. That is what glue does. Fun. Should probably wash it real quick. Let me just wash it. There we go. Nice. Already looking great. Looking neat, if I do say so myself. Whoa. You're still here? I thought you were gone. So he's a furry. Sorry, I'm reading a different chat. The slander that doesn't turn me French. Good, we don't want you to be French. If you were French, we would be enemies instantaneously, but you're not. So you're good. So I mean, there you go, right? Sorry I'm late. What I missed? Let me give you a quick recap. Nothing too nuts. Everyone's behaving themselves, right, everyone? All you can say is yes, by the way. But what I did was I went ahead, finished painting the arms, and washed them. So now those are integrated. Very nice, very cool. And now I have to paint a whole bunch of bags and accessories for these guys to bring them up to snuff with my current stuff. Me be good, me no lie. Perfect. Hold on, Sherlock, if you check the Discord DMs, you get a preview of some 14th abominations I've been working on. Yeah. Right when I tell everyone to behave themselves, right? I showed it off. I showed it off the beginning of the stream, Feather and Feywild. I'll showcase everyone again real quick, just so, you know, everyone, so we all know what is going on. Here's the situation. I was DM'd as of now, it was like 2 hours ago. Something I couldn't quite make sense of, but something that shook me to my core. And the caption that went along with it, the message that was written alongside this abomination was, it was a mere preview of what is coming on the 14th. Okay, and here was what was supplemented with that. Ready? It was this. It was... And here's the thing. I didn't understand what this was. I knew that was me. I didn't know why I was doing a weird thumbs up with like a crunched in hand until 420th Manhattan Man, who was here earlier during the stream, pointed something out to me. He pointed out, here's what he pointed out. Hold on. Let me show you what he pointed out. He pointed out all this happening on the bottom here. That's what he pointed out to me, okay? I didn't know what that was. I didn't even register it until he pointed it out. And I came to a terrible, terrible conclusion. And I looked it up to confirm my worst nightmares. And I actually found, and here's exactly what I found. Here's what he warned me about, okay? And this devastated me. This was unfortunate, okay? So there's that. What is that? That dropped, my stomach dropped when I saw that. Dead honest. This unsettled me very badly. But then 420th Manhattan Man showed me what this was, what the rest of this was. Tell me if you guys notice anything. And I went, and my heart dropped. My heart, I died inside. A little piece of me died inside. A little piece of me strayed further, felt, a little piece of me called on to God with all my might. Because if you'll look here, you'll notice a glove, you'll notice a bow, and you'll notice that there is some ungodly creations going on in the background as we walk among our normal lives. So there's the situation. And it's a spooky situation, to say the least. Do the pose, please. See, Nisty, I would rather jump off of the Golden Gate Bridge in a trench coat. What's funny is I would probably survive that, because I heard a story that some poor, 1 of 27, by the way. What do you mean 1 of 27? What? There's a 4 meme max per person in the Discord. For everyone else who's aware, there have been too much meme slanders about me, and to stop it temporarily, I said that that will be allowed on the 14th. And people get 4 per person. Which, so I don't know what 1 of 27 is. NFTs, if you make that into an NFT and start making more money than I do, I am going to be upset. But yeah, no, the story of jumping off with the trench coat is there's a story of some lady, prostitute or something, who jumped off to try to kill herself. She was wearing one of those big fluffy coats, like, you know, Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. She was wearing that, and that parachuted her fall, and she ended up jumping off and got out scot-free with a broken ankle. So that was fascinating. So that's what I was referencing there, in case anyone was wondering. What happened to this being a free country? I have too much time on my hands. I was stemming a tide of unsavory things. It's for the good of the nation. Similar to the CIA's justification, I was doing this to preserve the server. I was doing it for the good of the server. That won't turn into me abusing the system ever. No, of course not. Anywho, there's my fingers. That's what they always say, Simon. Everywhere you go, there you are. There you are. See, the thing is, that's why I gave it the 14th. Because for a little bit there, that's progress in the right direction. Similar to current states of affairs, you got to go on and eventually commit violence to get the way you want. Okay? See, Nisty and Mossy kept firebombing the chats with these images. And you know what happened? I said the 14th. You get the 14th. That's a start. That's a start. That's how you... Here's the thing. That's a start. Who knows what will happen as the days go on. It's not a meme. It's an artistic rendition. No. That is a horror story, my friend. Also, what pissed me off a lot was you got my dumbass hair, which always sticks out and just poofs because it's not grown out long enough to just fold. And so you got that. That's what really that's what ticked me off especially. It's true. That's what happens. Still angered me. You got me there. That one I say GG. I say GG on that one for sure. That was funny. I'm now going to put on a pistol, or a holster, I should say, onto this gentleman here, real quick. Using super glue gel, just a dot of it, tiny dot. Okay, and now we just have to somehow put it on and then hope it sticks. I think that's sticking in the wrong spot. There we go. Not a meme, it's an artistic rendition. That's a quote of all time, dude. I'm not even gonna... that is something. And then on the back of these, like, commander guys, I generally... like, there's the bigger backpacks. I run with, like, this little... I think it's a binocular bag, or it's probably a magazine for a machine gun. But I like to use that. It kind of looks like a good, like, maybe an admin pouch or a good field field administrative bag. It's like this is where you would keep almost custom sculpted your head to put on a Warhound Titan. There's a lot to unpack there. Sculpted my head. That's how much I... Okay, so that... Free time is one thing. But to do that, what? That scares me. Almost sculpted your head. That was considered. How? How do you do that? I know they do AI generated sculpts now. Would you guys fall that low? Would you do that? I know the one time one guy used AI in the Discord, he got nuked off the face of the planet. Not even by me. Although I think I deleted his message because Quake and Terror. I don't know what man-made horrors beyond my comprehension you guys got up your sleeves. I'm spooked, to say the least. I'm spooked. He made a bust. Sinisty, you're still here? He's still here. It might have been Sinisty himself. Too many reference images and no abominable intelligence here. I suppose that's fair. Wow. Stay hydrated, by the way. This is just straight. This is gin and Coke. One bottle of gin, one can of Coke. And there's still water all over it from when I, whatever. Ordered a block of marble to hand carve it. Fair. Touche. GG. Sorry. I got a... Ooh! Ooh, that's fun. Sorry. I got to install Uma Musume Pretty Derby onto this computer because I got a notification via my phone. I have it off to the side in case anyone like texts me or tries to call me if I gotta skedaddle if a barn is on fire or something like that. Got a notification that the new trainee and the new SSR card is out. No one will know what that means, but it would be cool to have the game so I can actually just go complete neurodivergent into that for a second. Okay, you're gone for real. Fair enough. Sinisty, thank you for turning in. Comrade, you have a good date. He's going on a date, fair guys. It's possible. It's possible. Never forget. Now, I got to base coat all this with a black brown. I'm going to just pull out the airbrush and do that. New thing to put on my head, LOL. What thing are you going to put on my head? Gosh. The whole thing. I'm so distraught about the whole thing. I'm trying to restick a shovel back down there. There you go. Looking mighty fine if I do say so myself. Now, to pull out the airbrush. It is airbrush time, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't busted this out in a hot second. For the love of airbrush. Hold on. Let's see. All right, that's moving fine. I have an airbrush with a microphone right here. I'll tell her about the horror's heresy. Man of the people. A real one, if you would. That is funny. Yeah, you gotta leave one of these times. Okay. The brown I will be using today, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and I can probably just... Wow, imagine that. Moving a microphone out of the way. That is crazy. That's cool. 100% success rate for a second date. There you go. The thing is, you can't explain the whole thing. You got to leave a cliffhanger. You got to go, oh, great dinner, let's go. And it's like, and then the Emperor and Horus were staring each other down, and then Horus, and then you go, oh, check please, like you saw the waiter. Waiter's not even there. You just yell it. And that's hook, line, and sinker. I would know. I've been on no dates. Now let me grab some airbrush thinner. Between whatever's going on here. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. And I'm gonna be base coating a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna just kind of dump a ton of airbrush thinner into there and not even mess around. So, love the smell of airbrush thinner. Also, had this for 2 years as well. It's almost empty. And I'm starting to be sad. Starting to be sad about it, which is crazy. I've grown attached to my airbrush thinner. Now, let me take a couple drops of paint in there. When I say a couple drops, I mean I'm just going to squeeze a decent amount until I call it good as gold. There you go. Wonderful. Terrific even. Now let's mix it all together. Let me grab the airbrush mixing brush, which is this. You can tell because you have kind of clean bristles and then abomination. And this is gonna just be a lot easier to base coat with. Usually I would use a brush to apply this color, but we're applying this color to the masses. So I'm not even gonna mess around. Not even for 1 second. We're just gonna get it done. Let me get over your microphone. I'm cleaning some water. For other Umas to bear my face? I don't want any Uma to bear my face, dude. No. No, thank you. My request would be to stop doing what you're doing already by putting my face on Gold Ship. Can't believe I said that out loud. That's a current situation. I said current, not current. Never. I figured. Yeah. You know it's bad when you got Cheapy. Okay, Cheapy's he's the guy, he's the dude, right? He's my main man. He's my main man. Okay? He's the one who backs me up, okay? Against all the allegations. Except for one. And this is the devastating part of it, okay? The thing is, I won't utter it out loud. Don't want anyone to hear it. If you're a part of the Discord server by becoming a member, there's no link, but go to the channel, blah, 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 become a member, see what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about is interesting, but Sherlock XGP fan art coming the 14th. I will quit. Not even kidding. I will just quit. Dude, that is a sentence I would prefer you to take back, my friend. My God. My God. Here's the thing. I'm the one here doing the YouTube. Cheapy's innocent. Yeah, it was a joke. I know. That was a dark one. You know? GG. GG. Partially. Well, that's upsetting. Well, now I can actually... Oh, should probably wear a respirator before I die. Although I will say the smell of black-brown Vallejo paint, not too bad. Oh, Boxberry, you're still here. Welcome. Breathe it. Gotta take the headphones off for the love of... Oh, I'm all tangled up in whatever. Who cares? Hiya. Yeah, welcome. I thought you were gone. I thought you weren't privy to any of that horror. As a resin user, I live for the fumes. So do I. There will be people who say, wear a mask. Hey, fun fact, this mask does not work for fumes. LOL. The fumes are gas. They're a micron small. These filters, these P100 filters don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They protect from dust and bigger molecules like paint. You're screwed when it comes to resin unless you have a tube that you're sucking on that is going literally outside. And you have the resin fuming that way and a tube going out that way. There's the harsh reality. And I'm too lazy to do any of that, so I breathe it in. So I might be coping. Hold my breath and squint. Fair. I'm not going to be able to get this back on. Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when I make a point. Hold on. Let me, for the love of... There's too much stuff on my head. I'm not even going to bother about it. Hold on. Want to see how much I take the health seriously? Oh, let me use this. There you go. Now I can't breathe out of there. I got one filter, and that'll be just fine. It's harder to breathe, and I'm going to pass out. I think. I'm also now inhaling tape.
That's kind of fun. Anywho, where were we? Ah, yes. The beautiful, the wonderful even. Airbrushing of brown. Let us airbrush it. Now, did I judge? Did I go a little too hard on the whole resin thing? Maybe. I probably absolutely did. Is it important to take care of your lungs and stuff? Probably. I wouldn't know. Not my life. It's your life. Okay? There's my opinion, though, if that helps you, that helps determine your way of life. If you're listening to a random niche Warhammer streamer, though, about, how to live your life, that's pretty respectable. There's worse things to do. But, on a serious note, don't do that. Legally. It's all part of the legal hoops I gotta jump in now, right? Let's see. That's all base coated. That's all brown and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff happening here. It's a lot better than just doing it the old-fashioned way, manually with a brush. Now let's see. Get you all there, get you all there, get you there. And now time for tons of stuff happening here. Let me zoom in so we can better see what shenanigans are happening. I'm simply just base coating everything here brown real quick. It all has to be brown. Brown is the way to go. The tape is coming off. I just got a whole huff of the paint fume. No, it's not. It's fine. Totally fine. There we go. Now I'm coming in. We're doing good. Good as gold, if you would. You know those bad Spirit Halloweens? You know those bad Spirit Halloween masks, Sherlock? How do I atone for my sins? Oh, I think all you have to do is just basically what I think it is, what I did at least. This is just what I did. I just yelled out that that I belonged to Jesus Christ. That's what I did, and I said, "Forgive me my sins." That's what I said. Uh, but also, what the heck do you mean? I'm scared now. Bazinga. Thanks, Mossy. Riveting stuff. You the man. You the man. Let's see. Yeah, we got wise words from Mossiment here. All right. Now, while that brown dries, what is even happening? The Discord server is in complete disarray. I think. I mean, what you think I mean? Oh, I mean, I'm like the base. What I'm thinking. Okay. What my opinion is. What I'm inclined to believe. This is This is all on very wrong.
Ah, shoot. Okay. There's that. I think you mean like you made my face into a into a into a spirit Halloween mask? I might take them serious. What's reproductive health? Isn't that what Joe Rogan's always talking about? I forget it. Now, there's that. Here comes the fun part. Also, filter's back on. I'll be able to breathe next time I use that. Essentially did some galaxy gas with that whole thing. Before I gotta give this all the props it deserves, if you would. So real quick, actually, I'll bring it out. I'll bring out a famous character. I think it's like the ability to make ravioli. I thought it's what, for some reason, I think of a coal mine. Lie made up by the straight agenda. By a lie by big heteros, what you're saying? Is that what you're inclined to believe? I don't know. Let's see. Nailed that. Here's a famous character. The Forbidden Fruit Punch. I think that's what Cheapy forced me to name it. I mean, told me to name it. Now, to quickly just fix up, to quickly clean a brush, I gotta change this out sooner or later. I don't have... me after talk, never mind. But I just kind of run it through and we just do all kinds of shenanigans there. And let's see. Run that dry until we hear a crazy noise. I don't know if you heard the crazy noise. I heard the crazy noise. Move it all around, do some shenanigans there. We just kind of run it. We just run it. Simple. And just like that, you just got like the little skin built up on the side, and then to simply clean that off, you simply grab a used paper towel because I literally forgot to put new ones in, so I'm just using old paint paper towels and hoping that it works. I am so hopefully not. There's someone posted in the Discord, in the meme channel of the Discord server, the Trenchborn Legion Discord server, and they said, please don't delete. Which is always a good thing to hear as, you know, the man running the whole thing. So we're going to all see together. You ready? Here goes nothing. Let me put away our forbidden fruit punch real quick. Real fine and dandy. I'll show you here because you can't really, the camera doesn't really capture me struggling to put this massive tub of water onto a rollout drawer. Yeah. Go in. You just got to trust my commentary, guys. I'm like putting it in. It fell. The lid is coming off. Nothing splashed. I am so good. What can I say? Okay, now. Let's to do a final clean out, if you would. I'm going to take a little bit of, go back to this, just to take a little isopropyl alcohol and then just spray that real quick. Nice. That'll break up any other paint and hopefully force it through where we need it to go through, right? Okay, now what are we doing at the Discord? Okay, we waited long enough. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. I'm going to transition to the webcam just because I've been pranked on the Discord and it was bad last time. Let's see. I'm going to memes. That's where the crap hit the fan, okay? What the okay, so essentially what happened was something terrible. Something terrible is what happened. Oh my gosh, you know it's even more horrible. Yeah. But you know, and Boxberry brought up a great point. Not going to utter that out loud, but Boxberry, you know, correct. And then, yeah, Cheapy ain't 36. I'm 36. Sherlock is like 19 going on 50. I know. What the webcam makes my skin glow like I'm a young buck. That's why and then everyone is just it's a whole I back to the painting. The I gotta recover from this and continue a stream. You're 36. Christ, I was thinking like 30. Goddamn. Well, in previous streams, I've said I was 32. And then another stream ago, I said I was 33 because I had a birthday. And so now I was not aware. Yeah. You know, you didn't know, you know, but you know, in a bro's a birthday every day. What can I say? What can I say? I'm just I'm the birthday guy. He's barely over college age. Now you speak, Earthworm Jim. Or are you just tuning in? Look, it's forever a mystery. No one will know. I'll never reveal it. Even though I literally said I was 32, and then like 2 days later I said I was 33 because I just had a birthday. Also, wait. Hold on, Mossy. I came to the thing is I need to think before I speak. 33 33 years old millennial. I think it is. Yes, 33 years old is millennial. I'm a liar. I am not 33. I'm 19 fucking years old. I am literally a 19-year. I'm still a kid. I am 19 years old. Not even joking. That's what's on my ID. I'm 19 years old. I am not 33, not 36, nowhere close to that. I am a 19-year-old Gen Z boy. That is me. I'm a young buck, as the old timers call me up at the gun range. I am so far from 33. He's a child. I'm a literal freaking child, bro. I'm a child. I am a child. There you go. Not 33, not 36. Say the Space Wolves are gay. The Space Wolves are hella gay and they're furries. And, you know, also you are here. Bro did not want to be a millennial. I would rather be a... Dare I put this out there? I dare put it out there. I would... Why aren't you in college accumulating life-ruining debt? Because I'm not stupid. I say that like I think all college kids are stupid. That's not what I mean. In fact, one person I knew going to college got out, got right into what they had to, you know, discover. They were in the medical field, got right out of college. You know what they did right after they got their diploma? They're doing it now. They're writing their whatever the heck. They're in practice. Okay? I don't dog that person. But what I dog the people who are there who don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, so I'm not going to accumulate depth. You're not stupid. Here's the thing. I'm not stupid enough to go to college. I'm stupid enough to be a Warhammer streamer and think that I got a future in this. Red pill, blue pill. It's the Matrix. We're in the Matrix. That's where we are. That's where we're at. However, my blind optimism is also my greatest ally. To be fair. I got this? Oh, I know I got this. That's the thing. God willing. God willing. The thing is, it's, you know, worst come worst, life in prison. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm gonna go, is cheaper than college. That's the thing, that's fair. Keep going even if it doesn't work, just shoot. That's funny stuff. However, to be fair, that is funny. That is funny, right? Actually, I can't even say that. I was gonna say because I knew someone who was on a women's soccer team, tons of lesbians in there. And I don't say that as a bad thing. I'm just saying that's the fact. Got a couple new viewers. Womp womp. This is just, people are gonna join at interesting times. That's how streaming works. Welcome to Jumanji. They were couples for a long time. We hung out with the person, you know, just very unsuccessful. There you go, right? But they were together for as long as I knew them. Did they think you were a lesbian? No, at the time I was a child. Legally, I'm an adult. Bro's a professional lesbian. I have a lot of is anecdotal the word? I have a lot of observing experience. That would be it. They were all successful. The 2 or 3, the 3 or 4 couples. It was an interesting amount. It was kind of like a whoa, this is nuts, right? But it was from what I saw, a lot of it did fine. Haven't seen them in years. He just needs to wear jorts. No, I'm gonna wear sweatpants till the day I die. Anecdotes is a noun. Dude, I don't go to college. I was homeschooled my whole life, and I dropped out of that. I don't know if anecdotes is a noun or not. My brother. Okay? But from what I witnessed way back when I was a kid, a child, they worked out fine. Don't know about now. I think they're still together. Now, whether it's working or not is a whole nother situation. I don't know. I live in my workshop and I live through the internet now. But from what I did, you know, observe, it was fine. How the heck did I get there? Let me just double check and make sure the description still says disclaimer, side tangents and rabbit holes will happen. So we just got to accept that fact. Thank God that's still there. You were homeschooled too? It's the way to go. How do you drop out of homeschool? Sorry, parents, but this isn't working out. I'm dropping out. Essentially. Pretty much what happened. And they were like, dude, for real though. That's what they said. And then you know where I went? I went to work on a construction site. I got to swing a hammer. I got to build electricity. If I was to do a blue collar job, it would be an electrician. That stuff was fun. I enjoyed that very much. That was very fun. I mean, while I was doing the Warlord Titan, I would have to do the Warlord. Painting the Warlord Titan happened at night. That's why I streamed at night, because during the whole day, I was demolishing a World War II bunker of a kitchen. I say World War II bunker because, not a kitchen, a bathroom. This thick of concrete, by the way, for a shower. Huh? What? And I had to destroy an entire shower's worth. It's fun. We once built a spear from stuff we found in a field. The thing is, there's pros and cons to everything. I am more than content with how I was lived, though. With how I was raised. I say as I go to college. And the thing is, good for you. Because you probably, you might have a goal. You might not have a goal. You got to be careful with asbestos. Who says no to Mentos gum? Asbestos means something. I don't know. And I had cage fights in primary. Maybe I did miss out on some important stuff. That's sick. So, like, you know what did piss me off? Here's why. I didn't drop out of homeschool. But I pressed play on the video and then painted my infantry. That's exactly what happened. Not gonna lie about that. I just had... We're learning about slavery and the Holocaust for the 15th time, so I'm like, okay. I got this. And I just started painting my infantry. Nailed the quizzes. Just kidding. Didn't do them. That's neither here nor there. But what pissed me off was I cared about learning about World War I. Okay? In case you haven't noticed, I'm a bit of a World War I nut. I enjoy learning about that history. That is the only point in time I give a crap about learning. That in the biblical times, like a good Christian. But as far as the human anything, that's all I really care about. World War II, I'll dabble in it. Vietnam War, I know what an M16 is. Korean War, what? My bad. The homeschool thing. Throughout my years of homeschooled my whole life, by the way. Throughout my entire life, by the way, of homeschool, there were 3 days worth of World War I material. 3 days. 3 days of World War I material. 3 days. And they didn't go... They skimmed the surface. They just said, oh, by the way, the Maxim gun was invented, which was a machine gun in it, and a lot of people, and you know, and it was bad. And it was a crazy war, because here's the number of people that died. Wow, isn't that nuts? What? We're going to take one of the worst, if not the worst, debatably, conflict in human history, one of the worst, just from a horrific standpoint, and we're going to resort that to 3 days? 3 days, and we're going to say the beginning of the war happened. The beginning of the war happened. That was crazy. The middle of the war happened. We came up, people had the idea of steel helmets, of style helms, and machine guns. Wow. And then the third year of the war, it was crazy. The Russians secluded because they are nuts, and they were doing their own thing. And then it ended, and it's like on to the Great Depression, which we'll talk about forever. That's when I officially quit. I'm not even joking. That's when I soft quitted. That's when I went, I'm done. I'm done. Nope. Goodbye. Not even. I think we read the In Flounders Field poem. I think. Now, I've delved into the World War I poetry. To these I turn, in these I trust. Brother lead and sister steel. To this blind power I make appeal. I guard her beauty clean from rust. He splits and burns and loves the air and splits a skull to win my praise. But up the knobbly marching days, she glitters naked, cold, and fair. Sweet sister, grant your soldier this, that in good fury he may feel the body where he sets his heel quail from your downward darting kiss. And I learned that myself. School didn't teach me that, and I know that by heart. And side note, that's a poem basically about a rifle and the bayonet, written by a Jewish soldier for Britain, Siegfried Sassoon, something like that. Love that poem, but it's about his Lee Enfield rifle. Brother lead, the bullet. Sister steel, the bayonet. Don't even... What about tanks? They mentioned tanks. They said, the first time we saw tanks was the Battle of the Somme. And then they went about their day. What about aviation? They probably mentioned it once. I don't know. Sassoon, yes, famous poet. Yeah, I know he's more of a famous one. But still, I memorized something. Yes, Wilfred Owen also. He was also. I knew it was like Will something. Wilfred Owen. I haven't memorized any of them. I remembered the Kiss, which is the name of that poem that I just recited word for word after not planes out. I know, they didn't even mention planes. We have 2 movies about planes. We have planes, and then we have From the World of Pixar planes, and then we got Planes, Fire, and Rescue. You know? Who knows? Who knows? But you know what I do know now? I know this is a painting stream, and I'm not painting. Let me get back to that. There's my spiel. There's what I yell from my high horse of being stupid. But that's the joys of it. Thus et decorum est. Who is he? I'm nobody. I'm nobody. That's what I like being. I prefer being nobody. A lot more enjoyment. Have a great day, Sherlock. Oh, I have to go deal with PTSD of last streams. Fair enough. Most famous poem. I don't know. You live basically next to one of the largest American bases in Europe. Dang. Tips Fedora. Tips Fedora. That I should I think I'd enjoy the Grimdark. Yeah, fair enough. There's more rabbit holes to go down. I've also been a lot of my time has been focusing on the streaming, the painting, and everything. So I haven't delved too much into that. But when I was into it, it was whatever. Cringy. Are you saying the American base is cringy? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. The bases here can be interesting sometimes. Actually, no, the bases here, where I am, in Wichita, Kansas, are cool. There's a Warhammer scene going on in the military base. Like what? Just got an RTFC ad. I'm gonna assume that's like a British Royal Air Force military branch or something like that. Right? The ad's frozen. Fair enough. Back to some interesting shenanigans happening here. But oh yeah, what happened? Oh yeah, I'm not a millennial. Refinery firefighting. Fair enough. Okay, we got people posting all this BS in the memes, for the love of God. Refinery, terminal, fire company. Are you in college because you're going to be a firefighter? Is that what's happening? Terminal fire. Don't know what. Gonna be on. And this is on me. I don't know about refinery terminal fire company. My bad. Is it like BlackRock? Is it like Amazon? Is it like Amazon Basics? Oh, for the love of paint. Anywho, back to painting before I completely go unhinged. Would be useful. Oh, no, my brother-in-law is a poo-poo head firefighter. What? The RTFC would be useful in Russia now. I don't know what's going on there. Last I heard there was a battle going on. Didn't hear anything else aside from that. That's on me. Now let's see. Let me be so bold as to grab a brush and continue the painting like I am not like I'm not a fairly nuts human being. Where the heck is my paint? Found it. There she is. In all of her glory. German camo, medium brown. Wonderful. Do you dry your wet palette sponge between uses? No, generally I'll just keep it wet until one day I say I'm not going to be painting for a long while. Sherlock. Okay, here's a meme that I can get behind. I love my Lee Enfield. It's the greatest rifle in the history of the world. So, fair. That's fair. GG, Mossy. That is funny as heck. And true. I love my Lee Enfield very much. I have what some would say better firearms, but I don't use them because the Lee Enfield is just the best firearm. Makes sense? Speaking of wet palette, I'm gonna redampen it because it's a little dry. Dries out because it gets hot in the workshop. There we go. Neat. And you know, we're recovering from an absolute yell fest, a yap session. But you know, that's into the descriptions. That's what will happen. That's what will happen. Do I live in the workshop? Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, I have to yeah, it'd be interesting. Because you can't see it, it's just a hardwood floor. That is a very clean palette. Thank you for 20th Manhattan, man. I appreciate it. It would be Mossy, that was a dick move. But it would probably be where this table is. I would just sleep on the floor here, put like a... I wouldn't do a blanket or anything. I sleep anywhere. I sleep on hard surfaces if it's like, hey, we're going on vacation. They only have one bed. I'll sleep on the wood floor. That's just me. You'll get back problems. I'm not going to be around long enough to witness the back problems. Boom. I said, yep, what a concept. I could use a little cushioning myself, and we could all use a little duvet. That's my French. Now, let's take some German camo medium brown out, put it on our palette. The thing is, there's still open spots. Do I also punch metal for fun? No. No, I'm not a psychopath. Golly. But when I'm alone in the house, I walk around with the Lee Enfield slung. I'm very rational. It's a crazy world out there. Totally just being prepared. Never know what could happen. Okay? How dare you say such things about me? Now let's get... Why am I... Oh, I'm like, why am I... I'm shaking. And then I realized my diet has been nothing but sugar. Bro wears shorts in the winter? No, I wear sweatpants during the summer. Bro wants to use it? No! No. That's way too gun tuber. That's way too Kyle Rittenhouse. Could never be me. Does my workshop have aircon? Is that like DEFCON 1? Oh, air conditioning. Yep. I have a fan right above there that blows air out. I have a vent that's right above here that lets some air in, and then I have an AC unit that's hooked up to a window that keeps everything nice and cool. Cool enough. Maybe not to some people's liking, but I can bear enough of it. But, you know, ultimately, I would prefer to live in a place where it's cold 24/7. That's my dream. And that'd be the greatest thing ever. The British could never. Yeah, I'm fortunate to have this. This is a extraneous random from Amazon air conditioning unit. No, I don't have air conditioning in my house either. Womp womp. Or I mean, I don't have someplace I live didn't have air conditioning. I live here in the workshop. Haha. I could get it, but it doesn't get hot enough for long for long enough to justify one. Yeah, I get that. You know, that's fair. Also, these bags are a bit of a bear to dry brush. Actually, I'm going to use a fat old dry brush. That's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to do none of this coward stuff. Who's more north, Earthworm Jim or myself? Who are you trying to dox on the stream? I'm going to take the fattest dry brush ever. Does your workshop have a kitchen, toilet, and shower? Does the neighbor's faucet, the bush, and the dumpster at an In-N-Out Burger count as all of those things? Because if so, yes, I do. I got it made, to say the least. Let's see here. I'm going to take a bigger dry brush and a dry brush the thing with the dry brush. Wow. Now, which is which? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's for me to know and you to speculate on. That's what keeps it interesting. If you want an in-depth explanation, I will probably get bored within the next 30 seconds and you'll get it. But until then, I'm going to say that's not going to happen. But, you know, I prepared for the worst. Also, let me officially say, this happened a long time ago, but let me just... I read over it and then laughed, and then shit got real. But Stretch, thank you for the $2 donation. Let me look at you dead in the eyes, good sir. Thank you very much for the $2 donation. That is very kind of you, and that's a... I go to be genuine for a second, and I got the Discord opened up, and someone just posts bullshit in the meme channel, and it messed with my flow. I'm trying to be heartfelt, for the love of God. But Stretch It, thank you. I appreciate you very much. You're awesome, dude. You're very kind. It's like the guy from Austin Powers where you just ask him 3 times. Yeah, I fold under peer pressure. I fold under zero pressure. I'm that guy. Well, let's see if I can remember right quick. Get back to the painting. That's what this whole thing is. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Forgive me, I say. Let's see. The neighbor's hose is the shower, obviously. That's where I get my water. The toilet's the bush. And then the food is the In-N-Out Burger dumpster. Which... You know, what's funny is I'm saying this in a matter-of-fact, that makes sense kind of way. But, you know, I don't know how you... does it actually make sense? When you're packing, I can't chat, but I will be observing and listening. Fair enough, Boxberry. Thank you for chatting. Thanks for witnessing whatever just took place. Now let's, we're almost done just doing a base dry brush of all these colors here. Tons of more stuff to dry brush here. Whoa! Oh my God. 2 minutes till I gotta bounce. God damn. Apologies for my language, but that jumped out of nowhere. I thought it was at least 40... I thought we had at least 15 minutes left. Good Lord. Okay, I'm gonna have to dry brush this and come back to this and literally finish all these guys, freaking Thursday. What? Whoa. That came out of nowhere. I am spooked beyond, yeah, I'm scared. That shook me to my core. Man yaps about Lee Enfield's and his lack of education. Time travels instead. What happens next is shocking. But guys, with that being said, I gotta skedaddle. I got to skedaddle. Can't wait to be done with this farce. I love these streams. I know you're the dude who's like here like freaking every stream. I appreciate that. 1 minute. I know. Let me get my goodbyes out. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you all for tuning in to the stream. Thanks for listening to a madman's rambles and seeing someone paint. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for... Thank you for being funny, white boy. If you consider it funny, then that's all I can hope for. And I appreciate you thinking that. Thank you so much. Special shout out to 420th Manhattan Man, a member, and one with a $5 donation. That was incredible. My heart goes out to you, Elon style. Same. I need to, like, that's not, I can't even joke about that. I was literally about to, but everywhere you go, there you are. See what you did there. I get it. So thank you, 420th Manhattan Man. Thank you to Stretch, Mr. Stretch 3619 for the $2 donation. That is incredible. That's my main source of income, these streams. And so, you know, it all helps. And again, let me just say, I never expect it. Never expect it. None of it is expected, but it is all greatly appreciated. And I appreciate you guys very much for considering this worthy to throw your hard-earned dollar at. And I appreciate that very much. It means the world to me. Means the world. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna, especially in that shirt. I know, yeah. In my mate, it's 01. I got places to be. Come on now. I know. Also, I want to do longer streams. I'm just going to say that. Don't know if I'll be able to work it in. I might be able to if I pull certain strings or do whatever. But it's fun. Also, before we go, Mr. Manhattan Man had a beautiful artistic rendition. We'll end with some fan art. Is this supposed to be me? But I'll see you all Thursday. Beautiful stuff. I like the bow. That's horrifying. He tried his best. No, I could consider that being like a Baldi's Basic character. I feel like you got the teacher, you got the jump rope girl, and then you have... I don't know. You have Baldi's, whatever. It's going on the fridge. Chow finger paint, by the way. Finger paint? That's the most impressive thing of it all. See ya, say hi to the bottom shelf army for me. Of course, will do. See you all Thursday, or see you Thursday. I'll be here Thursday if you're here Thursday. How's that sound? Hopefully Saturday. I'm going to try to work something out. But until I see you all again, that's how you make them. Yeah, fair enough. Guys, be good. Thank you for being so generous and kind to me. Thank you for hanging out with me. That means the world to me. That's awesome that you guys enjoy it. Because I'm enjoying this more than anything right now. All right. Good day to you all. You all be good. Now imagine, whoa, that's without the, no one else hangs out with you. Well, that cut deep, didn't it? Where's the end stream? No, the squirrel that stands 50 yards away from me on the fence hangs out with me. We all you got. Shush. No, I kill plenty of spies. They're a dime a dozen. They're backstabbing dime dozen. Fuck, I don't know the lyrics. I don't know the lyrics. The stream's over now. It's over. Thank you all. However, one thing I did want to go into. I wanted to, this was fun last time I did this. This was fun. I am going to slither.io. Bro's like, Mom, Dad, I have a ton of friends. Stretch. I mean, I would want to say no, but I also can't be upset with the fact that you're just a bit of a marksman with what you're shooting. Will they let me do my full name? Now, I don't usually do Tracer like this. I usually have, get away from me, 6767, America is cool 67. You suck at the game, kid. Definitely some, oh, got him. Sorry. Definitely some like rancher freaking from Louisiana kid. He's like, yeah, we love America. These liberals don't got nothing on us. But I have internet and I play Slither.io because I watch Quebble Cop 2016. What I'm saying is that kid pissed me off. He's got brain rot and he's all anyway, time to go now, mate. Yeah, leave. I'm doing my own thing. Maxie. Can we get a young Sheldon watch party? No. Hold on, where am I? I gotta go to this. Get away from me, you evil. No, it's. Oh, shoot! Ah! Bro, that guy is only AI now. I wonder if that's why I said 2016, Mosley. My final length was 308. Quebblecop. Yeah, Quebblecop. 308. Gun reference, caliber reference. That's what you get. That's what I get. Okay. Now I'm angry. Now I'm angry. Now I'm angry. Now I'm angry. Now I'm coming back for vengeance. I literally fell for the stupidest, the oldest trick in the book. Get away from me, cooker. Good morning. Oh, my bad, gang. It translated to, look at the size of this guy. I need to get a wired mouse. I'm playing on a wireless mouse and it lags. So I'm playing on bad controls. In my defense, in my own defense. Slither Killer. I guess I named myself my YouTube channel on a fucking slither.io game. I can't be making fun of names now that I'm thinking about it. I'm lagging. I am. Not even being... Oh, right, these things. I know these things. Get got. Let's see. Where's the big guys? There's a big guy right down here. Let's see. See, I have no ground. That's what's nice about what I do. I'm playing Slither.io right now as part of a stream, which means I can't ever judge anyone. I kind of like that. It's kind of nice. It keeps me humble. If you get these little orb things, you get like super big. If I get this, whoa, some big guy just died. Hi, Sleazy. The orb is gone. But yeah, it's awesome. So I literally am forced to be humble. Whoa, that guy was spooky. Wait, was that the lesbian flag? Are those the lesbian colors, or am I just high? Oh, that is a... get us out... Chewie, get us out of here. Get me that... I am not even messing around anymore. Get me away. You don't want to be in the border. You don't want to be near the border. I say in the border. Lesbians scare me. You know... To each their own, I say. Are you trying to, like, come at me out of nowhere, you dumb? You... Oh, double orb! Got one orb. Shoot. Okay. I'm not gonna let that guy stop me. I'm not gonna let him stop me. Go! Why does the orb go... Do I have to, like... Like, what am I doing? For real, they are the worst. That is what Mossy said, not me. I also never denied it, just so everyone has all the information. That's the other thing. I will give everyone all the information. See, like, I almost hit that guy because the latency of a wireless mouse that is like over 5 years old. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You do not mess with Sherlock Spiner. You do not mess with Sherlock. Get away from me, you freaking cow. Princess Uwu. You're trying to hide. You're trying to... I feel like they could beat Prime Mike Tyson. That is a statement. Oh, hi, Princess Uwu. Hey, get away from me, cow. I got the bright color Slither. Look at me. I've built up resentment. Watch me keep my cool. I'm gonna keep my cool. I'm gonna keep my cool, and I'm gonna kill this son of a gun. Wah! I was like 8, and one locked me in a suit. What the what is going on in Britain, bro? Nope. Osva, you're trying to block me in. You're trying to block me in. You must go eat with father. Is that really more important than watching a grown man play Slither.io? I'm joking. Go eat and go be good, and have an awesome dinner. I'm gonna try to kill this son of a this silly goose. What are they doing? They're playing like look, they're gonna have to bail because I am going to go around them. I'm gonna force them to bail. Get away from me, Osha. Yeah, look. Like panicking, sheer panic. Okay, going around, secure. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me, Cut Barn Owl. No! Not on my watch! Yes! Go, orange guy! Save yourself! We're good. We're good. Watch that. Did you see that play? Did you see that play? Cute Barn Owl, you do not know the bigger things that I have planned. You do not understand. You do not know what's going on, dude. You need to skedaddle. You need to get out of my zone. Okay. This is also my Princess Uwu over here. This 45-year-old groomer over here. Yeah, come at me. Come at me. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I'm in the zone. I'm locked in. I'm back. This was me. You do not want... This is me now. You don't want to see where I was when I was 8 years old. I would have ate you for lunch. For breakfast, even. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Let me just completely forget about you. Oh, and there you are again. Oh, look, now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? Whoa! We too tapped him! We did it as a two-party system. As Republican and Democrat, we did it. We united for a common cause. This is historical. And this guy died! No way, dude. Get away from me. Get away from me. We gotta get out. We gotta get out. Get out while we're still ahead. Is anyone else hyped beyond measure for such a stupid... Get away from me, little boy. Get away. Skedaddle. How nuts was that? Lyme bot? You're not a bot. You're a disease. Lyme disease. Look, I'm such a gamer. Oh, you also pretend to be a bot. You're trying to do something funny. I captured 2 in 1. Prime Sherlock Spiner is back. I'm back. And then you simply, you cut just like that. It's a slow game. You know, you slither, you kill him. Now look at this guy. He's like, oh, I'm like going on the outside so I can like block you. Now I do have to practice. I am forced to practice like finer motor skills here. Oh, you almost killed yourself, you dumbass. I almost died there. I have to practice fine tracing motor skills here because I am on a very old... You idiot! You silly goose. Also, everyone, the stream is over. We all leave now. We all say goodbye. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful execution, if I do say so myself. I'm a bit of a gamer. Look at how... Where am I on the leaderboard? Oh, I'm not on the leaderboard. Okay, well. I'll get on the leaderboard. Watch me. I've been number 1 before. Back in my prime. I'm just getting started. You just piss me off. So, like, die. Ha! Got him. I'm so back. I'm so back, dude. Now, let's see. Where are some bigger snakes? I'm going after the guys who... This guy is the Nerf Elite color right now. For more riveting... Where are you going, dude? What is your plan? Your name's literally Loser? You are a loser. I'm not even phased anymore. I can't even get hyped because I'm too good now. You know what I mean? I'm just too good. I'm 12 minutes over. I am going to absolutely be eaten alive. I didn't know I would be this good on the second try. I should have stopped on the first. Didn't know I was going to pop off this much. The stream's over. We all leave now. Everyone out. If you want. If you want. Or stay. I am playing online. I'm not playing against bots. I think. Where are the big snakes? Uh-oh. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. That was a little too close. That was kind of silly of me. Hi, Leviathan. Hi, Leviathan. What are you doing? What are you up to, Pally? Were you... End the stream, 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 end the stream.